Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for BoardGameGeek, SPIEL 2019. I'm sitting down with Nathan McNair from Pandasaurus Games. You brought us another title here, debuting at SPIEL, which is, excuse me, Wayfinders.
Yep. Yeah, Wayfinders is a new game from, and I'm going to get this wrong, Thomas Desjardins L'Esperance. No, I know his name, I can't pronounce his name. He's a designer of Decrypto. This is his second game. This is a family plus game about exploring island hopping in the early days of aviation. So I've got a two-player game set up here. What you're trying to do ultimately in the game is move around the islands and build some airstrips so that it's easier to move around the islands, and then you get victory points and win because it's a game and you want to win. So to move around islands, I'm going to kind of skip ahead and back up. If I want to move to an island that does not have an airstrip, I have to have the good matching the color of the island. So in this case, if I wanted to move to this island, I would need to be able to spend a red good to put it in the bag. If I want to build a hangar on an island, I would need to be able to pay a red and a purple good, which is a fuel and a propeller, and put that in the bag, and then I would get to put my nifty hangar up here. That does two things. Well, three, but two main things. The first thing is anybody can now move through this island for free. So if you want to come around later, you get to move there for free. Because I've made an airstrip, it's easier to travel to the island, it's less treacherous. Second thing that's going to happen, I'm going to get 4 points and some kind of benefit. So I'm going to get 4 points at the end of the game. And for me, red tiles, the gasoline, are wild for the rest of the game. So I can exchange those for whatever I want.
And even though you're giving a benefit to everybody else, there's the reason to do it for yourself.
Yep, and even better, let's say you decide you really like that benefit I've got. If you come along later and you build your own airstrip on the island, you're not going to pay those to the bank, you're going to pay them to the sky. So, being the first out on an island is super important. Now, how do you get stuff in the game? That's where the cool wrinkle comes. I'll reset all of this since I jumped ahead. You're going to send workers to the market. So on your turn, you can do one of two things. You can send a worker to the market, or you can bring all of your workers home, collect goods, and then go explore. So that's all one big step. So most of your turns are just putting a guy down.
Pretty much all not market stuff.
Yes. So I'm going to kind of do a couple dummy rounds here. So I placed a worker, and we'll just sort of go around and add some workers here in order and try not to knock them all over. Let's say it starts looking like this. So one of the neat things is the order that you send your workers is irrelevant. So right now we've gone through 3 rounds. I've got 2 workers left. I could still send people here. But let's say, for brevity's sake, I want to bring my workers home. I'm going to bring all of them home, and I am going to take the first good in each column for each worker I bring home. So even though I'm the second person to come here, I'm still going to take that gasoline.
Because it's the timing of choosing to do this, not market roundup.
Precisely. So now I've got some goods. And the neat thing here is I got all the yellow goods. So if you were planning on getting some of these tires, I got them out from under you. So it has a little bit of a pressure luck.
So like I could not go to this island now because that requires
Whereas
yellow.
I now have collected goods, so I get to do the second part of my turn. I'm going to spend 1 yellow good to go to this island. I counted wrong. I needed 1 more I didn't see, so I can't build here yet. But I've made it there, and it's fun. So it's got a bit of a pressure luck mechanism, trying to guess what other players are going to do. Obviously, getting all 5 of your workers out there and pulling them all off at once is more efficient. But if you're not getting the goods you want, maybe it's not, you need to come off early, get what you want. So that's really all of the rules to the game. What makes it so very easy to teach, what makes it really cool is this 5x5 grid. The starting tile in the middle is always the same. You use 24 out of 45 tiles every single game.
So you got a lot of replayability there.
Lots of it. And so
and the ordering would also be random as well.
Exactly. So for instance, right now, like this guy's 3 points for every island in this row. And I also have 3 points for every of the ice islands that I settle on. I also have 2 ice islands in the row. So that may be a really good combination this time. Whereas in a future game, 3 points for all of the Arctic islands. If there's only 2 Arctic islands on the board, maybe you want to ignore it. So you have to kind of look at the map and figure out where do I think the most efficient scoring is this time. How do I get the resources to do it? And it has a nice mid-game shift. So early on, moving around the island is quite difficult because you have to pay to move. But as people start exploring and building, moving around is easier.
Yeah.
So that's Wayfinders. 2 to 4 players is out. here at SPIEL. You can buy it in stores next week on October 30th, so you can get it really fast if you're not here, which you should be, but if you're not, you can still get this awesome game.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is Wayfinders, which is being published by Pandasaurus Games. And Nathan, thank you again.
Thank you.